no one did anything stupid at the end of the day, because usually when we got to do these videos, because someone says something, did something stupid, we got to put them on blast. No, this is just basically talking to customers about what you need to watch out when it comes to screen paint products. We've been in the business for years. We've been doing this for years. I got YouTube videos that date back from 10 years back, from basically developing everything from gray paints to gunmetal to different colors, you name it, we've done it. Got invisible technology we're playing with over here. That's the screen I'm working on for the Steampunk PC. But anyway, you'll see a lot of fake stuff going on. This is why I told you that near in 2025, I got some lawyers coming in, and we're going to be challenging some people that have not been truthful about their products. They have been lying on YouTube. They've been lying on social media. They've been lying on their website, and they're going to have to go to court. They're going to have to back this up, and they're going to have to prove. If not, then you're talking about consumer fraud charges. And again, these are very, very heavy, serious charges, because again, as I told you before, you know, you can't lie on these things. You know, you can't go around lying. Like, you know, let me see if I got one around here, laying around here. Pretty sure I got one of those somewhere. Oh, here we go. You see this device right here? Imagine the people who made this lied about what this thing can do. Do you have any idea how dangerous that is? Extremely dangerous. So, because companies are not allowed to go out and lie, they have to basically be to back up everything, because if not, you can literally take a company to court for this, for consumer fraud. This cuts down on nonsense. Now, the reason why we picked this guy at the end of the day, because this guy got caught. We're actually literally taking this guy to court because, again, he lied about several things about his products. And see, if you're not selling the product, that's a different story. But if there's a PayPal shopping cart link to this thing and you have been had this thing open for a while, I don't care if you just closed it just now. I don't care if you closed it last week. If this thing has been open, if you ever opened it and made it available for the consumer, you can get hit with one of these things. It can't be available to the customers. This is the reason why when we're testing products, shopping carts on those products stay locked. They don't open. The only way they open, unless we tested it, we know it works, then we can sell it to the consumer. Until then, can't do it. Because there's no way in the world for me to do a batch number verification on it. There's no way in the world for me to be able to ship back on the product, because we don't know how it's going to react. So we have to make sure we know before we can actually put that there's particular procedures in place. Now, this Series C is not available. It's basically a sold out product. Usually, we've been through this before with this individual. If you can't back a product, he pulls it. So we know that from the door. You really technically can't sell it on a product, especially if you're making it yourself. The only way you could pretty much go down that line, unless basically maybe multiple parts of the ingredients no longer exist anymore, and then you don't have it anymore. That's it. But other than that, man, to make paint at the end of the day, when you're making it, man, the ingredients for making it is freaking endless. Like, there's different ways you can make it. There's stair steps attached to it. So it's really definitely not impossible for that to happen. It was probably pulled because, again, this is a product you can't back up. A black technology is not an easy technology to design. It requires a ton of testing because it's a screen that's questionable. Where people say, well, it's black. I mean, how do I know it's going to produce white light? How do I know it's going to produce color? It's going to work on my projector. Do I have enough lumens? Is this thing going to operate outside? It's a lot of things behind the screen that you have to have them tested before you can actually sell one of them. He has no testing underneath his paint at all. None. Couldn't find anything on it. We did the research ourselves. We have it basically ready for court. We did the research. We can't find nothing on it. Another big issue with the product, range gain. It's a non-existing specification that doesn't even exist. As a matter of fact, even the gains that sit on the product don't exist at all, period. We went to Projector Central. It's a site that I like to go to design my screens. It has a gain calculator at the bottom. You can clearly see me in the video clicking on the gains, trying to find something that matches what he says here. There's nothing there because he made it up. Range gain doesn't exist. Now, he's going to go to court for this. He's going to have to prove that this paint has this gain on it. Doesn't make a difference if he shuts down the website. Papers are already been filed already. He's got to go to court and he has to prove this. That he went on YouTube, he went on Squaresoft, or what are it called? I forgot the company's called. Something Square Page, I think what it's called. But anyway, he's going to have to prove to the courts that this is an actual real product. Because if not, guess what? Lawsuit. Not from us. Pretty much, probably it's going to be fine. They're probably going to find the daylights out of them. Now, like I said, if I bought this as a big company, I ordered about 60 gallons of this stuff. I painted this giant screen in. I couldn't get this to actually work. Then someone can take them to court. They can sue them. Most likely you're going to fine them for millions of dollars because you can't go around doing that. You can't basically make things up. So does range gain actually exist? No. From all the time that I've actually tried to question him, to try to ask him, is this a real product? Can you show me a demonstration? We got smoke screen. Another fellow that probably will be pulled in on this as a character witness, so probably bring him in also too, is Mr. McAfee, because Mr. McAfee did several demonstrations for this product, and in none of the demonstrations were range gain ever explained. As a matter of fact, it claims to have rear projection capabilities, which we have not even seen on the product, so that's also too probably considered to be a lie. There's nothing on it, and then making statements that he's made the product. Basically, it's not an over-the-counter product. This can get you in serious trouble because, again, this means you are making a hazardous chemical without any proper testing. And without being said, if you're shipping this to the United States Postal Service, which we can show a product was shipped to the United States Postal Service because one was sent to Mr. McAfee, which he did an unboxing, clearly showing it was traveled to the United States Postal Mail without proper testing behind it. These are very serious charges. Extremely. This is why I tell you at the end of the day, do not make things up on your website to sell products because it'll get you in hot water. So right here we have approximate range gain, which is 0.8 to 0.85. Screens have one gain on them. That's it. This has two sitting on top of it. Can vary slightly based upon application technique. So you're talking about same paint. If you paint it in a different direction, the gain changes on it. The reason why he can't sell none of his products because all his products sit on top of a described claim through PayPal. Anybody buys any of this stuff, who the heck is going to go for the lower gain? Who in their right mind is going to go for a lower gain on a screen? Everybody's going to go for the higher gain. How do you know you painted in the higher gain? Is there any video instructions showing you paint the higher gain in? Is there any proof that you have this higher gain? How do you know that when you painted the screen that you have the lower gain? How would you know if you had the higher gain? How would you know if you had the lower gain? There you go. How would you know this? So if you can't answer the question, what happens? It goes into a claim through PayPal as not as described. And then the customer, the consumer, can go in and file a charge against him for basically for I can't say that correctly. For basically, false leading that product, claiming it to be something that it's not. That's like you buying a box on a 4K TV, and it says 4K on the box, and everything is 4K, blah, 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 and you find out it's 720p. Yeah, it says misleading. You can't do that. So that's why they had those rules in place to keep people from doing things they're not supposed to be doing. Now, for someone to say, well, what about you, Mr. Bird? What about me? My stuff is more tested than anybody else. I have batch number verification sitting on my product. We can have products shipped back here and we can test them on live streams. What about me? Yeah, my stuff is more tested. I have the highest black versus black demonstrations, more outside demonstrations, more certified demonstrations, painted on just about any surface you could possibly think of. My track record goes a mile long. And on top of that, just to back up how advanced our technology is, I have demonstrations called Match or Better all over YouTube, challenging people to be able to match our demonstrations if they're so fake. Good luck trying to take me to court at the end of the day. Penalties for taking my company to court means that if you do waste my time, you can sue to a $500,000 to $1 million for wasting my time. Because I can go in that courtroom and back it up. Plus on top of it, I'm going to enjoy the publicity. But anyway, in order for you to do that, you have to have your product tested. And you can't make stuff up. Like FLE technology. That technology allows us to absorb sunlight. Do we have proof of this? Of course we do. We got tons of video of this thing sitting in a storefront window drawing in light. Advanced ambient light rejection technology. We have it bouncing off ceilings. We have it on customer reviews. We have it in churches. We have it in businesses. We have it everywhere. Heck, we got it right there at two people coming today and look at that thing. And they're sitting there as usual, touching the screen and poking it and looking at it like, what the freak is this? It's pretty cool. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. This is a serious no-no. So customers, what you need to ask for before you buy a screen paint is you need to ask for a batch number verification. You need to ask for test on the product. You need to make sure that everything that they say in that specification, they can back up. Problem that I see here in this whole thing is, number one, specifications are too short. There's a ton of information missing. Is it water-based? What's the viewing angle on this? We have here, let me see, does it work with venue projectors? Do we have it with ultra short throw projectors, which it clearly says it doesn't work on these particular projectors? What about certified screen testing? Because again, like I said, other people at the end of the day, they have deeper pockets, can spend $20,000 for a screen. If I'm looking for a screen paint, I'm looking through your stuff, I want to know basically if you can beat a diamond at the end of the day. Because if you can't, I can go buy one. I mean, it's any skin off my nose at the end of the day. Another problem we have, outside applications. There's supposed to be a timeline here. So basically, what time does the screen fire up? If you don't have it up there, the customer may try to fire your screen up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and it may not even work. Nothing may even happen. So you're going to get blamed for that because it's supposed to be in your specification. What is the activation time for your screen when it's outside? Is it weatherproof? Do you have any proof of the screen being actual weatherproof? An actual weatherproof screen has to be outside for about a year. We've had screens outside for a year. Matter of fact, 2 or 3 years at that entire time when I was actually living in Haventown. I've had screens from 180, 150s, 200-inch screens, 250-inch screens outside. So there's a lot of information missing from here. Let me see. Does he have anything in here? Eco-friendly. There's nothing here about low VOC. Is it low odor? There's nothing there, of course, about water-based. Nothing there at all. There's nothing. What about the shelf life? Proper storage? There's nothing there. So if someone takes this and they stick this behind a radiator, which you know you should not be doing, or behind a furnace, you could have a complication pop up. No warnings here about keep out of reach of children and pets. There's nothing here. Really, that's just it. So that's what the customer you have to worry about. You have to worry about whether or not if you're getting a real product. Same thing with the other fellow Crow screen paint products. Literally matched the screen paint in a live YouTube live stream and then lied about it multiple times in these actions. This product right here came up gray in a video demonstration. Clearly came up a gray screen. Came up gray twice in 2 different products, which was supposed to be a charcoal gray and the other one was supposed to be a black, which also 2 came up in gray. Saw right there on camera. And keep in mind, when the fellow painted the screen in, Mr. McAfee, he never followed the instructions at all, period. So he didn't follow the instructions himself. Which we watched him the entire time he did the demonstration. He never did it. So these are things you got to watch out for. Because again, you could take the time to paint this thing in and have all kinds of nightmares. One of the things I watched when I watched the paint on demonstration, because the video was removed off this account, is when the screen was being painted in, we had constant streaking across the screen. The screen was changed into multiple colors. It kept going to gray and then the black and some other colors. Mixing it up, and the container was black, but then painting it out, it came gray. It had a kind of bubbly-like surface to it, kind of an English muffin kind of texture to it. And then when the screen dried, it was completely very, very shiny because you can see the window light bouncing off the screen. That's not good. That's a hot spotting issue that can trigger off easy with an ultra short throw projector. Now, problems we also too have here on, look at this whole setup we have here. Let's go over here where it says roll on. Rear projection screen technology, you can't roll it on. You'll damage the screen. I don't care how light you are with the roller. I don't care how long you've been using the roller. I don't care if you're a professional painter. Any texture that hits that screen automatically will damage it. It will, mind you, this is a screen you're watching on both sides. So you're going to have some problems. So again, you're going to have to spray this on. But the fact that he has it where it says roll on a rear projection screen product, this is not good. This is going to cause all kinds of problems. Here where it says front and rear projection capabilities. Another problem, major red flag, those people who develop rear projection technology, there is about somewhere between 20 to 30 paragraphs missing right there in rear projection. This is the basic what we have here. Now, if you do rear projection has multiple applications that can be used for rear projection. This is a light specification sheet. This is one of our rear projection technologies we're working over there. This is just poured onto a screen because I'm doing it for, like I said, for a demonstration for something we're working for, a PC we're designing. So this is our specification sheet right here. It explains, and you have to explain. You can't just say, well, you can't use it with this and then leave it at that, because you have to explain why you can't. Like with the Frankenstein, you can't say that it's not used. I wouldn't recommend it for home use. Why won't you recommend it for home use? What happens if you use it for home use? What's going to be the problem? Nothing there at all. Because they already know from the door it's just a bunch of nonsense. Because again, you're going to have to say why. Fully ultra short though compatible and weatherproof. We know that because we submerge these screens underwater. We use them in quite a few demonstrations besides what we have here. And we have a track record of developing rear projection screen technology. Let's see, projector mapping applications. Yeah, because we own the equipment for projector mapping application. We have it right over there. We've used it multiple times, so we know about that particular technology. Interactive technology. Just purchased that. Matter of fact, we got the interactive box right over there. And projectors coming in. So once that's tested, that'll be a go. Rear projection capabilities. We have done this so many times. You go to my YouTube channel, type in rear projection, and yeah, get ready. Hope you have a large cup of coffee and a large piece of pie. You're going to be there for a while. Let's see. Projector looming capabilities inside 50 lumens. This is a 50 lumen projector. We use it in all test demonstrations. And somebody once made a statement about how we have to use 5,000 lumen projectors in order for our stuff to work. That person's going to court. Guess what? That's an $80,000 lawsuit just for making that statement about my company. Because you can't do that. You can't say that my company does blah, blah, blah. When I got tons of video demonstrations on Faithful at 1,000 lumens, even outside at 13 feet, which you can type that into my site. Let me see. We have, this way, there we go. We have on spray on application only. Because I've done the testing. I've done the testing on paintbrushes. I've done the testing on smooth rollers. I've done on matte rollers. I've done it to see what would happen. And it marks and damages the screen. There's no one who develops a rear projection technology that's not sprayed on. It has to be sprayed on. So that's how we know we don't know what he's talking about. Multi-coat layer application. So the paint that he's trying to say is rear projection, does it have a multi-coat application layer, which means to give you the option to be to choose whether you want it lighter or darker. And if you want it lighter or darker, which projectors would you be using in that application or that layer application to be able to utilize that product? Now, if you're using basically a very light application, a projector at 50 lumens can push a lens glare right through your screen, which you've seen in this one do automatically. So in order for you to do that, to eliminate that, ultra short those are used, because again, ultra short those transfer from a mirror. From a mirror, they transfer back to the screen, which actually cancels out the lamp glare. Or bottom line is you can go with lens shift capabilities, which means you can drop a projector higher up and lens shift the image down, which basically eliminates lamp glare altogether. Let me see. And darker technology does not require it, but when you're doing darker technology, you have to show demonstrations of 5,000 lumens, 4,000 projectors sitting right on top of the screen to show you that at around probably about 3 feet or 2 feet from the screen, that much light can't transfer to the screen, but only the image. We've done that multiple times. That's why we own venues. And you got to own multiple projectors for this kind of stuff. Let me see. Surface information, transparent surface only. So again, you can't paint this onto a non-transparent surface. It's pretty much useless. It just won't work properly. It's better if you use it on a transparent surface, because where our technology is designed, it filters light back and forth, much like, you know, the screens we had out in the middle of sunlight. And then basically fusion light energy gain. You have to have all, that's basic. This is the basic. This is nothing. When we get done with this is going to be probably somewhere between over 800. So we're pretty much going to max out the cart, which we usually do anyway. But that's how much information you need alone just for rear projection, which means he should have had all this information and more in that one section alone just for rear. Now, customers look at this and this educates them. to give them an idea exactly what they're getting themselves into. Companies already know this because they do it all the time. So they can go to your site and they can smell either it's good or it's bad. Let's come out of here. Let's go over to and see the size of the specification sheet. Literally what I just showed you on mine, the simple basic specification sheet that we have for just rear projection is pretty much larger than he has here for his own specification sheet. And it's more detailed, more information. Let's go over here and look at our product specification sheets. We have here under our product, of course, we got our symbol right here. It shows up on all our nifty business cards. I love these cards so much. Always keep it professional. This is our batch number guarantee. We're the only people in the world who have this on the screen paint. No one else has this on the screen paint because you're going to have to show yourself as tested. So we're the only ones who have that guarantee. Vapor lock containers, as you know, at the end of the day, I spend money to make sure that we can ship our products out 100% free to our customers. That's neither here nor there. Basically talking about, well, how good a company is. Some people charge, some people don't. It doesn't make a company bad because they charge at the end of the day. That's just, we do free shipping. That's us. But we got the vapor lock containers, which means, yeah, your paint's not going anywhere. It's going to stay in that container. And this right here is my massive specification sheet. Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? It's massive. Then right here, shipping information on the other end. So all this information is needed. Now, what bigger concern about him making darker product, and anytime you make a darker product, is the reaction it has on knockoff projectors. Knockoff projectors actually work better when the screens are actually lighter, like gray, silver, or white. I've never once seen any one of these companies who develop these ultra short throw projectors display on a black or dark gunmetal screen. Not one. Every single one of them is on gray, or they're going to be on a white screen. You know why? Because those projectors won't work on diamond technology. They're not going to work on Elite's darker screens. None of that. You ever seen them on any of these big companies use those projectors? No, they don't touch them because they don't work. They use name brand machines. That's what they use. Those projectors don't work on high performance screens. They work on budget screens. That's why when they develop their own screens, if you notice, none of them are gunmetal. You would think a projector that has a 3000 to 1 contrast would develop a darker screen to be able to produce a better contrast level because the projector is lacking. The fact that the screen is light gray tells you right there from the door it won't work, which we've been telling y'all for years they don't work on that. But yeah. Specification sheet. Let me blow this up for a minute so you can see this. This is my specification sheets. Yeah, we got links in here. We got links to customer links. We got links in here called a black versus black test. This is extremely important when it comes to a black paint. You have to be able to show that this product is not going to match any black paint, black fabric, black film, black mesh, clothing, whatever. It can't match it at all. Of course, we had a free shipping, mother of all screens. There's a showcase. Got more demonstrations to pop up in there. Test demonstrations at only 10% done. Demonstrations versus on 720p, because we know in the Quasar we used only that projector, Old Faithful, and I think the other one's over there. That's basically about it on our ultra short throw. We got fully lit environment demonstrations over here. We've got black versus black. We got black and white levels 2 demonstrations. We got a black versus black color demonstration on there. And then over here, you can see how professional it is. We have basically category FLE, Fusion Light Energy. What the RL stands for, Radiant Light. Which I explain everything right there. Let's see, contrast classification. It's called an Imperial 1 contrast, as we call it, Quasar Black. Category class, home theater, because we have home theater and we have gaming. We have viewing angle, 180-degree viewing angle, inside and out. We did that demonstration on a projector of 1,000 lumens outside on a piece of cardboard and was able to pull to the side and pick up perfectly. Got to have all those demonstrations there. Ways to explain it. We have FLE color enhancement times 10, FLE heightener technology. We have lots of tests on that. We have fully weatherproof, non-cracking, not peeling. We actually had a customer contact us and said the screen cracked. We brought the screen, put it on camera. We did a live stream. Camera, we didn't crack. We actually painted it on a piece of cardboard, and we folded that cardboard up so many times it felt like a piece of fabric in my hand. Yes. We're able to basically, you can send it back on any claim, and we can basically back it. Let's see right here, heightener, quasar, let me see, fully weatherproof projector of 1,000 lumens can be used, which is Old Faithful. We had that projector, used it multiple times. Compatible with 720p, 1080p, 4K. So you don't have a 4K. I have customers that have 4K, and we tested our products on our technology versus 4K, and we were able to develop a technology that makes a 720p look like a 4K. You don't believe me? Go check out my YouTube channel. All right, let me see. That's why I don't buy 4Ks anymore. Let's see, works with projector mapping applications. Yes, because we have the equipment right over there. This is projector mapping technology, Lifeform. If you ever know what that company is, right there. Let me see right here. Projector screen types. This is not a physical screen. You literally have to have this in your description because the customer needs to know what they're buying. Some customers may be confused and say, okay, is that is that a physical screen or is it a screen paint? And you have to put down that the projector screen type, this is not a physical screen. So they know from the door. He doesn't have that in there. There's a lot of stuff he's missing, like I said. Your sizes. We have sizes that range from 235.1, which, 178 inch, 235.1, or 200 inches at 16.9. This is basically our 64 ounce kit. Low VOC, low odor, eco-friendly, which you have to have. Easy cleanup. I've done dozens of demonstrations, or I've actually painted screens live. I can't tell you that I've watched demonstrations on people painting a screen in, and then they'll edit the drying time. You are never, ever supposed to do that because the customer needs to see the drying time. Anything can go wrong in a drying time. Screen could have multiple layers, could be flaky, it could have a lot of stuff that can go wrong. You don't know if they painted over that surface, it could have dried and something could have popped up and they could have painted over top of it and go, oh, look, it's done. No, you can't do that. You have, customer has to see the screen painted, dried right in front of them, and then displayed. Paint, dry, display. All right, let me see. We put this down multiple times because it makes sure the customer gets it. We have here where it says, let's see, 64 ounces, low VOC, low odor, eco-friendly, easy cleanup, warm water, and mild soaps. Let's see, no calibrating needed, no expensive projectors. I can see we don't use expensive projectors at all in none of our demonstrations because it's not needed. No insane instructions. Yeah, I had one of the Wake was sitting there talking about how McAfee was talking about how he has no instructions because we don't need any instructions, Mr. McAfee. What instructions would I need? Take the paint, pour it onto a thing, and paint it in. Matter of fact, all the paint on demonstrations, which we've done dozens of them, motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens, on-site, off-site, no instructions are needed. Now, that stuff at the end of the day that you guys are painting in, that stuff requires a whole bunch of instructions. We don't need that. I've been doing one paint applications before you were even thought of on YouTube. Matter of fact, before all of them were even thought on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I had a demonstration, a couple of them, called Paint a Screen in an hour or less. And this was way back when Goose Screen was big and gray screen paints were all the popular. So, yeah, we've been doing that from day one. Painted in a 250-inch screen, no instructions needed. Put paint to the surface, roll it in, you're done. That's it. All right, let me see. No instructions needed. Test it against high-performance projection screens. Yeah, we have those surfaces here. We own those surfaces. As a matter of fact, I own more surfaces than anybody else. I have over 17 certified projection screens. They don't have that. So you can't make a statement by saying to the customer that, hey, look, we're saving you thousands of dollars. You have no proof of this because you've never tested. And if you test against a certified, it isn't taking the screen up, Mr. Fernando, and sticking it in a dark environment going, oh, yeah, I can beat that screen. No. Fully lit environment. You're talking about a screen that has a 0.9, 0.8 gain sitting on top of it. They can function in very well lit environments. I know, I tested them. So, with that being said, your product can't go in the environment that a 0.9 and 0.8 gain screen can sit in. Because I saw the demonstration where he called the screen having a yellowish tone, and it was a gray Cinema 5D sitting up there, and you had it in dark. That's what you did. You didn't put it in a fully lit environment. I also saw the demonstration against the Dark Star 9, where you did that demonstration with a lot of colors, but you didn't show the contrast capabilities because the Dark Star 9 would have killed your screen. And you didn't do it in a fully lit environment either, especially with a screen with 0.9 sitting on top. Sorry, 0.9 or 0.8? I think it's 0.8 sitting on that screen. No, it's 0.9. I gotta look at that again. But anyway, no, you don't do your test properly. When you do a certified screen, fully lit environment, screens lay flat to the wall, projector stands back. You will do that on, wait, what the freak? Were you using an ultra short throw projector when you were doing that demonstration? Because you can't use an ultra short throw projector on that particular screen. The screens are not ultra short throw compatible. They have problems if you use them on ultra short throws. That's another reason why these people end up doing certified, because they'll get sued at the end of the day. Can't do that. Certain certified screens will specifically say that they don't work with ultra short throw. You have to have an ultra short throw version of it, which we have. We have ultra short throw versions of the screen, so we can basically test them. Yeah, what the heck was that? I hope he wasn't using that freaking the Optima P2 on that surface, because you're not supposed to do that. Yeah, cheater, pumpkin eater. Anyway, so keep in mind that if you're doing certified screens, you're going to do 17 of these screens all at the same time. You're going to do 5, you're going to do 10, you're going to do multiple screens. You would do this in fully lit environments. You would do this at ultra short throw. You would do this at pico projectors. You would do it at venue projectors. You would do it inside and outside if the screen has that capability. If it doesn't have the capability, it has no business being out there because it's not designed for it. And again, that will land your lawsuit. Let me see. Like Mr. Matthews, who I explained that our screen paint does not work on this particular projectors, and you chose to use that projector anyway. I'll be talking to you soon, by the way. Let me see. What do we have here? Tested against high performance certified projection screens. Yeah, we've got that right there. And any one of these companies at the end of the day will say, well, look, that's not true. We'll take it to court. Knock yourself out, because I will embarrass the daylights out of you in court. I'll walk into that courtroom with my technology, do the same thing that I did on a live stream right there in the courtroom with no problem. And not only will I gain a ton of publicity over this, because again, they don't want that at the end of the day. You don't want that kind of publicity coming back to me, especially with their people and their followers and their customers and their contracts finding out who I am. It's best that I'm not known. Till I pop up in a show one day. All right, so 5-year shelf life. Product must be properly sealed, which is information you should give them, that the product must be properly sealed. Storage and room temperature environment. Even though some customers know this, some customers might not know this, and that's why you put that information down there to help them out. You have product is 100% water based. This is very important. 180-degree viewing angle, also too, which we tested our screens outside and inside. 180-degree viewing angle. We did that. The little what's that little projector? Oh, it's over there. We did it on the tabletop setup. As you see, low VOC, eco-friendly, low odor. We put that in multiple times. Then we have white level info, because again, we have some customers that will take our technology and stick it next to a white screen and say, hey, you're supposed to have the same white levels. That is not going to work. It doesn't even work with gray paints. No screen is going to pull the exact same white level as a white screen, only a white screen. That's like saying, hey, look, our screens generate an Infinity 1 contrast level. Let's see your white screen pull that one off at the end of the day in a fully lit environment. Oh, because they can't, because they're not ambient light projection. They don't pull off black contrast, and the color doesn't maintain on the screen because, again, you need black contrast to either get that to pull that off. Not going to work. High venue projectors, not good. Ultra short throws, even worse, because the projector is sitting right up on top of the screen at a foot at 3,000 lumens, and some of these projectors can be 5,000 lumens nailing the screen. Good luck on that one. So, we basically explained to you that white levels will drop. This is the reason why we do tests at 1,000 lumens. This is why we dropped 1,000 lumens back 16 feet. This is why we show tons of demonstrations of white surfaces, white screens, laying against the screen, showing snow levels to show exactly where our white levels lay. That's why those tests are very important. And we also specify there on the site. You do know that PayPal will go to your website and read through your stuff. They will go to your YouTube channel and they will look through your stuff. So you have to back up everything you're saying, because if you don't, you will lose a PayPal claim. Let's go over here where it says surface info. This is another thing that's extremely important, because the customer needs to know what are they going to be able to paint this thing to, what they can't, what they can. If you don't have this information up here, this is going to be a problem. So, what if you're going painting over child-proof walls? You ever paint over one of them? I did. I painted over a couple of them. They're a freaking headache at the end of the day to go over those things. We suggest when you prime those particular walls. If you're doing fabric, you prime fabric. You know why? Because fabric bleeds. That's why. If you're spraying it on, different application. But you're rolling on, this is a different story. So if you're doing like maybe I did a 150-inch screen, if you roll this on, what's going to happen is that screen's going to absorb a ton of paint, a lot of paint. And what's going to happen is you're going to have this blotchy look to your screen. Some area lighter, some area darker. That's what the effect is going to give off. Now, by priming the surface, what it does is it causes the surface to absorb. You do 2 coats of that, the screen can't absorb anymore, which means now when you apply your application, you're going to save more paint at the end of the day because a lot of it's not going to be sucked into the screen. That's why we prime a surface. Now, if you want to do it where you want to make a surface flat enough to use with an ultra short throw, we've done this. We did a customized 129-inch 1610 gaming screen filled with lights in the basement. I did that demonstration from start to beginning, built the frame, put the fabric on, did the application, coated, the whole 9 yards right there on camera. I got to find that thing. But anyway, if you put the 2 coats on, yes, that keeps it, gives you a nice foundation to apply our coating on. But if you add 3 more, it stiffens the surface like a board. And that allows you to be able to apply our technology, and then that we can use an ultra short throw on the surface being flat. Did that demonstration showing you how to do that. And guess what works with that perfectly? Network grade 773 is actually a perfect application for that. Let me see. Okay, so we have here, tells you all the different surfaces, and you have to have proof of painting over these surfaces and displaying them. We've done styrofoam. I've even done bed sheets. I've done a wool blanket one time. I've done trash bags. I've done just about everything. Drop-off cloth, plastics, you name it. We've been through it. We've done it already. Screen doors, all kinds of stuff. All right, so we have right here, but the white levels dropping. It says right here, please note that white levels will drop a little due to the fact that the screen is darker. For any gray screen that says that your white levels don't drop, there's something literally wrong with you because it does. You do not pick up the same white levels of white screen, so please stop saying that at the end of the day. It's embarrassing. The fact that the screen is darker, but not dark enough to make your screen unwatchable or distorted. Now, if that was the case, we wouldn't be able to pass in the black on black demonstrations. It'd be virtually impossible. So we have to be able to show at the end of the day that our screen can basically pull up a higher white level than any black surface. That's why the black on black demonstrations have to be done. And when you do a black on black demonstration, you're going to have to do a ton of these. And I mean, on just about every freaking level you can think of. Even at one point, making another black paint to put against your own product. We had 4 paints that we made against our own product, which is funny because we gave somebody permission to make our product and they failed. Because we failed to try to make a product without the technology that we put into it to get it to react right. And it failed also too. And we did it in a live stream, which means you great paint makers out there, you're supposed to be showing demonstrations on YouTube of your product versus the network gray or a bare silver screen or any gray paint out there. And you're supposed to have against your product and supposed to do a live display of that. Yep, yes you are. And it's supposed to be posted directly to your website so everybody can see it. Customers, ask for those tests. It's very important that you ask for those tests. You want to be to see the YouTube videos. You want to see them on the website. And the reason why, because someone could be just shipping you a can of paint. You could just be being shipped an everyday can of paint. You could literally spend $90 for a quart of paint that you could have went to Home Depot and got a gallon for. All right, so we have right here, do not paint on polyester tarps, because yeah, we have a video of that. What happens if you paint a polyester tarp? It doesn't go well. It cracks and peels. There's all kinds of problems. Do not paint this on inflatable projection screens because they're temperamental. We have a screen paint for that. Let me see. Let me see what we have over here. Basically about making the investment for incredible for your 720p projector. Yeah, you bring those little babies back to life. And on top of that, projector support. Right there. These are the only projectors we support for our technology, and that's it. So if you try to come up with some unnamed brand, Dragon Ball Z action figure, crazy nonsense, say, oh no, I have the GP748 Saturn multi-clip, but no, we don't support that at all, period. It won't function at all, period. Please don't try it. Don't attempt it at all, period. It's just not going to work at all. People contact and say, oh, the screen doesn't work. And mind you, I went through this with an 8-man projector. I literally bought someone's projector and literally told them it didn't work. And they still thought at the end of the day I was doing something wrong. Keep out of reach of all children and pets needs to be put there. Of course, we all know to put things up from children and pets. But again, you have to have that there. Yes, and we don't... stucco, no, don't do stucco. So all this information on here, more on fake projectors, more information there for fake projectors for you. Repeat it again. And then please note, more information here, buyer's remorse policy, all of that's there. So what PayPal looks for when they go to your site, they want to make sure that your product is actually what it says it is. And you have to have enough information on your site. Every picture we have, there's videos behind every single one of us. Matter of fact, these videos are part of Match Your Challenge or Challenge or Better demonstrations. We don't steal images off Google. These are our images. People will steal our images at the end of the day. Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen people take our images and try to claim it to be their product. But we don't steal people's images. We don't have to go off Google and steal images. We have our own. Isn't that beautiful? That's gorgeous, ain't it? I've seen this somewhere before. Where have I seen this before? Oh, yeah, that screen that was inside showed the exact same lizard. Yeah, I know I've seen it somewhere before. Dedicated theater room setup with the lights on. That's where they steal our images, because they don't do this. What? Can you blame them? All right, so as you can see, yes, this is customers. This is what you want to see when you're going into a shopping cart or going into look and read through all their stuff. From what I've seen on eBay with some of the paints over there, fantastic job. Fantastic job. Everything's worded rightly. They explain everything to a T. Very professionally done. Yeah, I bought paints from PayPal. Very, very professionally done. But you don't want to go in there where you just got this little behind, that's it, and they don't even know what they're talking about. You got everything's not unified. It's different here. It's over here. It's something there. I've seen that on Crow's site. Just it's a nightmare over there. It's definitely a nightmare over there. And on top of that, like I said, it's saying something here. It's saying something there. You want an excellent return policy and some kind of guarantee. That's why I said request your batch numbers. Request to see tests on what it's describing, because we're not saying that if they're not us, then their product's not good. No, make sure you're getting what you paid for. Maybe if you want a gray screen paint, make sure that it's tested, that you're not being shipped a can of paint that you could have went to Home Depot and picked up yourself. Yeah, see that right there? That's why I warn people at the end of the day, don't touch that copyright. It's bad. I got somebody who touched that copyright 63 times. You're going to jail. Don't touch our copyrights. It's sitting right there on my page. You can't miss that. You literally can't miss that. Can't wait to show the judge. Where's your copyrights? They're right there. Matter of fact, my copyrights on the Black Series sit in the Black Series. They're in there. It shows you our copyrights pop up. This is my registered copyright with the United States government. You touch this baby at the end of the day, you're getting sued for a lot of money and you're going to jail. And if you did it multiple times, then you're talking about $250,000. It's called willfully. These are real. So anybody I catch on YouTube, any one of you trolls out there, and you got one of these babies at the end of the day, and you think we can't figure out where you're at? Look, I keep telling you at the end of the day, we serve God. God will find you, bring you up just like we got these guys, and we'll drag you right into court and sue you. Don't touch it. Simple and plain. Take it as a joke at the end of the day and say, hey, he's not going to do anything. You'll be sitting up in court telling me, I ain't got $1 million. I can't pay. You will pay it somewhere or another. You're going to pay it somehow. Don't touch it. That's why we have it up there. Warn you, don't touch it. That's legit. And this guy thought at the end of the day that he could do what he wanted. Heck, we got messages of him putting his name on it and writing at the bottom, and text message belongs to me and you can't do anything about it. Oh, man. Yeah, it's bad. So, yeah, don't touch it. That's registered. Let me see where we go from here. Trash projectors. We gotta buy a junky projector. We need to buy one because I like this page right here because again it helps the consumer on to stay away from knockoff projectors. So this is going to be a whole section we're working on right there about buying knockoff projectors and test them, and it's going to be an interesting ride. This is called the blacklist. Blacklist basically Puts only way you can end up on the blacklist is we have to have proof that you committed these crimes. These are all knockoff projectors. That's how the blacklist started, with knockoff projectors that we were testing. Yes, everything from the WeMax and all in Valve movie something to go, or pro movie, or whatever that projector is called. It's on here, but anyway. And this nonsense. Yeah. Warning you at the end of the day that you have to be careful when you buy screen paint products. This guy right here is the poster child. Not calling him a child, but it's a form of speaking. He's the poster child for the reason why screen paints have to be batch number tested, or batch number guarantee, or whatever. You know, they have to be. Because again, you literally can end up with a $90 house paint. Do you see this right here? This is a video, and this is the live stream he did that no longer is around because he got rid of it. He pulled the live stream. He has two of them. One he kept, but the one with him showing his face and all in the videos doing the demonstration, he's also being brought up on consumer fraud, multiple charges against his company because he sold this product knowing that it matched house paint. Did he remove it off the site? Did he issue his customers an apology? Did he go in and refund any of the money once he found out it was matching? No. Now, if he goes to court and he's going to try to fight that it didn't match, it had a yellowish tone, dumb nonsense at the end of the day, he's going to have to paint this up in the courtroom. And when it matches in the courtroom, this is when he's going to be found guilty. And now they're going to ask the next set of questions are, when you found out that this was matching, because now his argument is saying that it doesn't match, is going to be out the window. When you found out that this match, how soon did you go in and start removing it off the website and issue refunds for anyone who bought it ahead of time? Did you basically make it a public announcement on YouTube explaining to your customers that the product is matching, we have to remove it? Anything. And we can show the courts that we can show from the time we found out to 6 months later on, he's still selling the product on the website. I got people watching right now that can tell right now he's still doing it. So he's in a lot of trouble. You're going to try to convince a judge that that's two different screen paints. This one right here is a everyday house paint, network grade 773, and this right here is this product that he's selling. No, not good. Not good at all. These are the screenshots directly. This is what we're going to be using in court. These are the screenshots directly from this website. And we have the videos and everything to match, showing that his product on a YouTube live stream matched the house paint. That product should have been removed right from the door the minute he found out. Now, mind you, we tested 3 of these. We tested the Personal, Metallica, and the Cinemax. When we had the Cinemax over here and we're doing the testing, keep in mind this involves post office mail fraud. This guy gets in so much trouble, it's not even funny. So that involves post office mail fraud. Customers saw that, didn't like how Crow had treated us, sending us black paint, and sent us his product. He got mad, enraged, went online, lied, and said, hey, that's not my product. This guy went in and made it himself. He put my label on it. My stuff would never match. Remember that, Mr. Fernando, when you made that statement, you said we actually went in and we made this right here. That's what you said on camera, right? And you said that your stuff would never match network grade 773. Remember when you said that? We did have your product because you did the demonstration yourself later on, and it matched in a live stream and everybody watched it. So that means that if your product matched in a live stream and we didn't even have your high-powered projector, you still matched in our demonstration, which means we did have your product, Mr. Fernando. And keep in mind, this product right here in this container right here is the Metallica Mix 2.0. A customer shipped this in to us and bought this for us. And that also matched. And right here, we have the Personal Mix. That also matched. So all 3 of these all match quite nicely to network grade 773. But in your demonstration, Mr. Fernando, you did not test the rest of the paints. You only tested this one. And then when this matched, you just blatantly forgot about it like it never even happened. That's what you did. So your products. What makes it even scarier, this video right here shows him making a product, a basic black and white paint. for free. And then he tried to sell this product on eBay and got caught, and he got busted, and eBay removed him. And then he tried it on his website again, but he was only selling to the overseas customers only. We caught him on that one too. So we made this same mixture right here, and it turned around and it matched his products, the ones we bought. The UB mix, the Metallica mix, the Cinemax, and the Metallica mix. Just by simple black and white paint, which I told you at the end of the day, this product is black and white paint. Easy match. The reason why, Jamie, if you went online and you said, hey, I made this product and so and so and so, and you kept it real, you kept it normal, all right? You didn't make all these outlandish accusations, which you like to do. You embellish everything. If you kept it normal, then I wouldn't have seen anything wrong with it at all, period. But you went on and made a lot of false accusations that your product just could not do at the end of the day. And you were making a lot of false statements. Dark environments, high-powered projectors to try to make the customers believe that this is all coming from the paint, when basically it just wasn't. And that's the reason why you're in the situation you're in. These are post office fraud charges already coming through already. And this is his videos right here showing him walking out of a Home Depot, matching paint. And that's the video right there on him camera, posting a receipt, showing the container, and matching paint. Problem you're going to have is because we have this video, when he goes to court, if he does decide to basically tamper with his own product to try to make it not match network grade 773, we have the video here. So you're going to have to show something like, at the end of the day, they're like, oh, what happened to the paint? Because for some reason it's not matching the courtroom, but we have you on video matching perfectly. So what happened to that paint right there? Now you're going to be in trouble. And mind you, you're going to be under oath. So don't do anything dumb. You bring down the same paint that you did in this video, because they're going to request and try to figure out exactly. Now, if this video disappeared and we never had it, then we got no way to compare what the original video looked like. But now we do have the original video, and this is the one that was filed against you. They're going to want the exact same match. Did you come down and say this is the same paint you've been selling all this time? You're going to have a problem on your hands. Jamie, you're in this video matching a house paint. So you go into a courtroom with a completely different product that you tampered with, and it shows different, you're in trouble. A lot of serious trouble. That's perjury in court. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. We have to say that stuff on camera because he thinks in a weird level. He's always thinking about trying to get away with something, trying to weasel himself out. You're going to be in a courtroom, buddy. That's not the place to get busted and get caught on doing something dumb. Bring your original product down, as we're going to be requested. You will paint that in the courtroom. This is why I tell you that, people, you want to go out and do business at the end of the day, don't lie about stuff, don't cheat, don't cut corners. This is going to come back to bite you in the face. Be honest and be upfront with it. Because like I said, these people who make these faulty products, they can't go out here and do demonstrations. They can't be on site. They can't be doing for companies or anything like that. Because again, the same lies they told on YouTube, what are they going to do? Tell the same lies to a bunch of companies? Go on site and lie there too? How are you going to explain range gain if you're in the middle of a trade show? How does that even work? What if your product comes up gray and doesn't come up black in the middle of a trade show? What if it does the same thing we saw in that video at a trade show? All those people watching your product. And you're going to have people asking you questions. And they're going to ask you a lot of questions. Heck, you might have somebody walk up there with a gray piece of paper and stick it right against your screen. Anything could happen. So if you're going to lie on YouTube, keep in mind, if you lie on YouTube and you put a shopping cart to it, you have already just committed consumer fraud. Because if someone buys that, they bought into your lie. And you're going to have to prove that it actually does work. And if not, guess what's going to happen? They're going to file a PayPal claim against you, and you're going to have to be to back it up. So customers, like I said, what you need to ask for is batch number verification, because you want to make sure that your product was tested before it was sold, and you want to make sure that the product basically can be tested before it's shipped out. You want to make sure you have that. It's very important. It protects the merchant, it protects the customer. It works for both at the same time. The only people who get upset over that are people that are ripping people off. Make sure the product is tested. Make sure that the specifications are speaking the truth, that they're not lying in it. Ask questions about everything. about everything. I enjoy being on the phone talking to my customers for hours. Those who've done business with me, you know what kind of person I am. I got vast amounts of information. I can help you with your product, with your projects and everything you're working on. We know our stuff at the end of the day, and we have tests to back up everything that we do. Just my product outside, right on the link. Do I see anything like that on your websites? No, because y'all lie. See that angle getting pulled to the side? There you go. And keep in mind that when we reach court over all the dumb nonsense and false accusations you said about my business and company, you're still going to have to back that up, or I'm going to sue you for millions and millions of dollars beyond your wildest dreams on how badly I'm going to sue you. And yes, I'm going to request a 50-year prison sentence because that's what I want. For all the nonsense, for all the crap that you've done, you're going to have to back that up. Everything you said about my business, everything, including some of the dumb stuff you did outside. But the copyrights, oh yeah, you're definitely going to jail. That's a definitely 100% yes, you are definitely going to jail if you touch one of those copyrights. And he has 63 copyrights that he's tampered with. That's just one of them. We're not talking about the Black Series. The Black Series has a copyright sitting on it too. He's also tampered with that one too. So with that being said, well, enjoy your life right now while you have the chance before all this comes up. And do not run. As I told people before, don't run. Make it worse on yourself. But anyway, as you can see, customers, they can't back their products up. Ooh, let's get another one. We have the showcase. I want to do with this one right here. This is 720p inside. Pause that one. Let's go over here. Sorry about that. And let's go check out a black versus black demonstration. You're supposed to have these tests, gentlemen. Where are your tests? This is a very important test. This proves to the customer that basically at the end of the day that he or she is not going to get ripped off. That they could have did that with a piece of fabric. By the way, Mr. Fernando, you did do a demonstration claiming that my product basically could match a piece of fabric. This is going to cost you money in court. Mind, as I said before, they're going to pick through all the videos and they're going to question you on everything that you said and mentioned in that courtroom. And if you can't back this up, this is going to either carry jail time or massive lawsuits. Can't make accusations about my company that are not true. So these people, for customers, this is called a black versus black demonstration. It's a very important test that needs to be done. And the reason why, this keeps you from getting ripped off. You see how those products are matching that house paint on the other side? Sorry about that. You don't want that. You don't want to sit there and spend $90 for a can of paint and then turn around and find out you could have went to Home Depot and did the same thing. That's why that test is important. This is what Mr. Fernando should have did with his products. He should have done these tests. And he didn't do these tests. What he did was, he cut every corner he could possibly think of. He talked a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo on camera. He got high-powered projectors and dark environments and said, look, this is how my product works. And now look at the situation he got himself into. When his company is brought up on fraud charges, all that's going to come up. Everything, including that match of house paint is going to come up. Have to be done. It's very important that you do these tests. And you would want to do them for yourself. As a person who sells these products, you would want to do these demonstrations because, again, who the freak wants to get embarrassed off-site? I don't want to be on site. Sorry, on site. I want to be on site and I'm doing a demonstration and I match a tablecloth. You know how embarrassing that would be at the end of the day? Whew. No, I need to know my stuff works. So you have to test. So these tests are very, very important. I've literally had so many customers ask me that question. Or what's the difference between your product and black paint? Been to forum sites. What's the difference between your product and black paint? Been to companies. What's the difference between your product and black paint? Literally got asked that question. We went to the carrying place and applied that screening over there. That's the same question. Well, can I do the same thing with black paint? There you go. It'll come up multiple times on so many levels. It's not even funny. So you have to do that test. Color demonstration. This is another one that has to be done. This shows at the end of the day that your product does not match, and the surface can do the same thing with color. White levels, well, what about colors? So you have to show this test also. I think the reason why they don't want to do the test, they don't want to put the work in, because again, they just want something fast and quick and something that can rip people off. That's what it comes down to. And if you want to sit there and say, well, you know, hey, look, I'm not ripping anybody off at the end of the day, you know, this, that, and the other, then you explain to me what range gain is. You explain to me what all that stuff means, everything you have on your site. Show me these demonstrations. I want to see all that. The courts want to see all that. Show me that stuff actually does work. If you can't show me this, then you got consumer fraud charges coming towards you. Range gain doesn't exist. What I think what happened, gentlemen, is I think that Jamie, on the other hand, makes great paint. He does. He makes great paint. Unfortunately, his product matches house paint. Okay? But he does make great paint. All right? And this stuff is not tested. He does rely on high power projectors in dark environments to fool people. Where the other fellow basically made a black paint. And he made the purpose of making his black paint was not to sell it. His purpose was mainly to try to put me out of business by making a black paint. Because I have emails from them when he first started making this stuff, sending it to me, telling me, oh, you're going to be out of business. He's going to be making a black paint. It's better than yours, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But again, I've been here since the dawn of time of the technology. And I know the testing requirement needed in order to get it to activate and to get it to work. That's why your shopping cart on that product is closed. You sell that stuff, you're in a lot of trouble. Matter of fact, you sell anything on your website, you're in a lot of trouble. But that black paint, you can't back that up. That's why that cart is closed. So if your product did work as you claimed it did, I wouldn't have any cancellations. On top of that, I wouldn't have an entire state of Pennsylvania, Texas, or Florida missing if that was the case. So the fact that you, the person who made the product, doesn't even have confidence in the product you made, that you would remove an entire state of Pennsylvania, clearly shows right there at the end of the day that you can't back your product up. And near you've ever bought anything from me at all, period. As I said before, when you walked around your backyard making false statements that I canceled against you, and again, I am bringing to court and I will sue you for that, because again, trying to say that my company canceled because we're scammers, I'm definitely going to sue you for that. And you better have my receipts when we get to court, because I do have yours. So when you make a statement like that, guess what I do? I go to your site and I buy. And what happened? $700 worth of canceled orders and the removal of the entire state of Pennsylvania. Yeah, that doesn't sound like somebody at the end of the day that can back up their black product. So you don't even have a black product to begin with, because clearly I saw gray. And then I seen your buddy come in and lie about it and remove certain parts of the video. And that's the stuff that consumers, you need to watch out for. Constant lying, constant dodging light, constant just not doing demonstrations correctly. And again, batch numbers are required, black on black demonstrations are required, and all demonstrations should be posted to the website. This is what he has down here for his black versus black. And mind, this is also landing him into another lawsuit, because again, you claim you had a phantom, which means when we get to court or my attorney contacts you for that particular part of the lawsuit, I want my receipts. I want to show you purchased this product from my company. If not, that means you went in, you printed up a label, stuck our paint, some black paint in it, and claimed it to be ours. That's going to get you in a lot of trouble, Mr. Danny. So you better pray that you basically have my receipt by the time we hit that courtroom. So let's see what we have here. Black versus black. He says his test, his so-called test. Yep. That right there is going to land you $1 million lawsuit. So you better have my receipts showing that that is my product in that container. Because that's my label. So if you went on YouTube and you did a false demonstration of my product, you're looking at a $1 million lawsuit. You and Mr. McAfee. Because he mentioned my name in the video and he mentioned that to be my product. That's not good. So this is supposed to be the product that basically could not match correctly. And these are supposed to be your tests. This is it. This is all you have for testing. And by the way, copyrights are fake. You can't do that. You can't basically put a copyright on something that claim it to be. This is not even copyrighted. We went through it already, so that's all fake. These are all. This is the only test you have. That's not enough for test for demonstration. So let me see if he has a black one. This is supposed to be the black versus black. So I say we pulled some pictures, didn't we? We did pull some pictures. Because there were pictures basically of this and a cottage claiming the BRs on your page. So you did remove some of these pictures. So that tells you at the end of the day, you do know what we're talking about. And we are serious what we're about to do to you. But it's not enough, Mr. Danny. You better remove everything off of here. Because if not, by the time we reach that courtroom, and if you don't have my documents as I requested, you're going to owe me a ton of money. And that means I will take your house and I will take the land underneath of it. I will take everything from you. So have my documents before we hit court, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble, or get to removing this stuff. It's up to you how you want to go about it. Either way, it doesn't make a difference to me. So you said you ran multiple time challenges. Yeah, Black Series ran multiple times. Yeah, we're the ones with the cancellations and the we removed the entire state of Pennsylvania to keep us from buying from you. But okay, people live in denial. That's what they do. So basically, that's it. That's all he has. And it's daily about Black Series edition, sad, blah, 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 videos. Okay. Anyway, let me show you how it's done. So this is what we showed you our testing here. This is our marketplace here. And then below, get past our little promo thing. These are our tests on Black versus Black. Yeah, it's a lot of them, ain't it? Yeah, this is what you should be seeing, customers, when you go to a site and you want to make sure that the product does not match a house paint, fabric, micro mesh. And mind, these are all done in max out zones, which means in that environment, we say that meters can't read down there. They're done at 1,000 lumens. They're done outside. They're done on ultra short throws, everything. Heck, where's there? We made our own paint and put against our own screen. We did one where we painted into the screen, fabrics. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we made 4 different forms of black paint. Sorry, 3, and put it against our own products. Did that live stream. There's more demonstrations there. Ah, this is on AdTech. Not even launched yet, and even has one sitting on top of it. And there's some more right there. Oh, this is Quasar. These are all Quasar's test demonstrations. So there's no test on their products. Nothing posted to the website, and that's all the testing he has, and that's it. That's just our Black versus Black test. That's it. Let's go over and show you what our tests are. Demo tests. Let's go over the test right here. Your tests are missing, gentlemen. What you just showed me on that page, Mr. Danny, is an embarrassment. That's it. That's all you have. A bunch of faulty meter readings, and that's it. Certified projection screen demonstration, showing our screens tested against high performance certified screens, demonstrations versus Black on fabric, films, you name it. We've been there, we've done it. Demonstrations on more certified projection screens, white level demonstrations on window technology, fabric. This one we ripped the fabric in half. I like that demonstration a lot right there. More demonstrations on Black versus Black, outdoor demonstrations, white level demonstrations, paint down demonstrations of 1,000 lumens versus a 5,000 lumen projector side-by-side demonstration showing the gain capability to be able to boost 1,000 lumen to look like it's 5,000. Right there. All done live. More demonstrations. Ultra short throws, demonstrations on ultra short throws outside, because people have to know that. You know what I mean? Hey, if I have a black paint, I take black paint. If I paint this up outside and hit it with an ultra short throw projector, would do the same thing as your paint. You have to show that it's not going to be able to do that. White level test. Boom, 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 boom. At long throw, low lumen test. Oop, there's more. giant, massive 250-inch screens. This is a very important test that you have to do. You have to be able to show your screen. If you're going to be working with venues, you have to show screens at massive levels to show that they actually can pull up. So the 250 is quite interesting because the 250, we were 27 feet from a screen at a screen that was 11 feet high and over 20 feet wide, and we had to pull off producing an image on a projector that cost me $270. That was a 720p XGA projector. Do you have any idea how poor the resolution is on that thing? To be able to pull up at 250 inches to expand to that maximum size? Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, it was easy for our technology. True ambient light rejection gain technology. We bounce it off tables, screens, windows. Bump, 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 bump. You got to have it going through doors, screens bouncing. Hey, if I want to, I can paint the ceilings, I can paint the floors, I can paint the walls. In the same environment that washes out their screen, my stuff can function with no problem. Here we go. You can go in there and check all these out. More demonstrations. And this is for ultra short though demonstrations. Let's go over and check out the demos. We still got more to go. And this is not all. Mind you, we got 11,000 demonstrations on YouTube, so we're nowhere near close to loading everything we have on here. Which I may build me a grid. I'm thinking about building me a massive grid. Call it the grid. Oh. Uh-oh. I think we're going to have one. We're going to put in a match or better grid. We challenge everyone to complete the giant grid. I think we can do roughly about, if I bring somebody on board to help me with this, because I'm not going to be doing this myself, we'll do like maybe like about roughly 4,000 videos in the grid. So that way, if customers come in, you know, they got to have something, you know, to check out, right? So we got a big challenge up there, 4,000 video grid. You're like, what the freak? That's insane. These are tests. We do demos. I want demos. Demo. Give me my demos. My demo test. There we go. Demos. There we go. Switch me over to demos. Okay, here we go. Let's go right it down to the demos. But this is what you should be seeing. When you go to the website, customers, this is what you should be getting. See, batch number verification right there, telling you what we do. Right there for you to see. Vapor lock containers. Look how that site just blends together. I love it. Paint down demonstrations. Oh, we paint everything. This is the screen I was telling you about. I was talking about the screen, the 129-inch screen, 1610 customized gaming screen. Built that right down in the basement from scratch. More demonstrations, massive thousands of pictures. Every picture matches a video demonstration. Nothing stole from Google. We don't need to do that. 720p versus 1080p. Demonstrations. So we have 720p versus 1080p, 1,000 lumens versus 5,000 lumens. We have true ambient light rejection demonstrations. When you do demonstrations, your screens are literally supposed to be near the windows, which is really nice to do because, again, having your screens way over there and then open up a window with a bookcase next to it doesn't count. It just doesn't. 3D mapping technology. Yeah, we got that too. Ceiling display technology, all that cool stuff, yeah. Oh, ultra short throws. Look at this, ultra short throws at 150 inch on my projector. It cost me $60 right there. There it is right there. Window. AdTech technology. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, as I said before, Mr. Danny, you don't know jack about rear projection technology. You don't know anything about it. I'm just being frank with you. Heck, I'm being Charlie. Heck, I could be Jack and Jill. Who even knows? But anyway, at the end of the day, you don't know rear projection technology because you don't have enough experience in the field. I know. I've gone to your YouTube channel. I have searched for rear projection, and I can't find anything. I found a... Well, wait, I'll take that back. I found one video on a little tiny screen, about that small, at a 2300 lumen projector, and you couldn't see jack. No customer or no company is going to give you money for that unless you could do something like this. Because it has to be crystal clear, you know, like that burning fireplace over there. You're probably wondering what all this is. I'm actually building me a steampunk and Fallout rack PC, and we're actually going to have a screen on it. I'm going to build a little makeshift kind of retro TV around. It's going to be pretty cool. So I had to figure out exactly how to get, because the first coating, as you see, we put on was light, but I poured this on. This was never sprayed on. I need to give it a more kind of a nuclear kind of burnt kind of dusty, dirty look to it. So the sprayed on, it came on too clean. So the best way to do it was just to pour it on heavy and just let it drip into a large puddle and then let it run off, so we can get that kind of like aged effect, like it's been sitting there forever, decades after a nuclear fallout. And hey, just to pour this stuff on, this is how fantastic this stuff reacts. I didn't even spray it, I just poured it in real heavily. But anyway, let's get back to this. Let me see. So, oh yeah, white level test. So remember I told you, you develop a black screen. You have to be to show that the screen can register white levels. So this is best done on a low lumen projector. If you do it at 5,000, there's no point in doing that. The only time you do it at 5,000 is to ensure the screen's not going to hotspot. Then you do it at 5,000. And if you do it at 5,000, you have to make sure you move the projector right nearly on top of the screen so it has a direct lit with concentrated light, so it doesn't show that it doesn't hotspot. They don't have 5,000 projectors, so they can't do those tests. But this demonstration has to be done at 1,000 lumens. Mr. McAfee, in your video, you made a statement that you said that my company uses high-powered projectors to generate high white light. Do you know how much money this is going to cost you for making that statement about my company? Yeah, probably more than what your house is worth right now. So, with that being said, lawsuit away. You don't make statements like that, man. You don't. You really don't. You have to be careful when you say things out of your mouth, because this potentially can get you sued. So you can't be making false accusations about my business on camera saying that our companies rely on these high-power projectors to produce white levels. So because you made that statement, that's going to cost you $80,000. And it might cost you more than that. If my lawyers decide to get more out of it, it may cost you a lot more than that. Don't make statements about people's companies that are not true. If I sit there and say your stuff matches house paint, it does. You know why? Because I got you in the video matching house paint. If I sat there and said that your range gain isn't true, I can say that because I've asked you multiple times over and over again. I've even gone to your site, I've looked at your videos, I've went on your YouTube channel, I went on your Facebook page and social media. I did a thorough research on everything and I couldn't find this stuff. So you really can't say at the end of the day that, hey, he lied and it does exist. Well, please do show me. I would love to see this. Please show me by today a video on your channel showing this. My people will contact me and let me know because they're monitoring you. You just let me know. I'll go check it out. Please explain this to me. Because if you can't explain it to me there, you will have to explain it to the judge. You figure it out. All right, 235.1. What you need to show up to, because you can't just do 16.9 all the time. You got to do 4.3, 16.10. You have what's that, 15. I got to share the view sign. I mean, which one comes have weird settings in there? They got something called zoom widescreen. They got a whole lot of stuff in there on that projector. But yeah, you have to do 235.1. You have to. If somebody comes up and asks for 235, 239.1, how do you explain to them how to build the screen, what type of projector to use, stuff like that. So that's very important. These are outside demonstrations again. We have to do all these demonstrations, white levels, distance row, the whole 9 yards. There's some more demonstrations right here. Now, for people asking for interactive, which we already bought that technology, we're already educating ourselves in that field of interactive technology. I've educated myself in projector mapping applications. I've done submersive technology quite a few times, so I'm quite aware of that. And you're going to have to be to show at the end of the day that if you claim your product has, what did he call this product at the end of the day here? He said it was something about ambient light, something friendly, he said it was. Are you really sure you want to make that statement at the end of the day? Because not from what I've seen in the video demonstrations, no, you've lied on that one. So let's see. This one right here is sold out, as you can see. He does this when he has products he can't back up. He'll start removing them. He can't back up a black screen. He can't. It came up gray too many times. I'm pretty sure he's having some real serious problems with it. But yeah. And on top of this, this is a product he claimed he's supposed to have. This is supposed to be our FLE technology, and the screens to absorb sunlight. Yeah, he can't back that one up either. This was supposed to have launched in January of 2024, but, he can't make it. We already know he can't make it. They do that all the time. What they do is they copy your labels, they copy your specification sheets. That's what they do, because they can't back their products up. And they claim themselves wanting to be us at the end of the day. You see me copying any of their labels and putting on my page? Oh, heck no. We know how to make stuff at the end. We don't make it up as we go along. But let's go over here and let's click on this one right here. And let's see. It says right here, he puts down a projector screen, really should be projector screen, but project screen, best friend, and ambient light. No, you don't even know what ambient light projection technology is. We're experts in that field. I know you're in the room, so if you're in the room and you come back in, I want you to listen up. You do not know what ambient light projection technology does. I'm telling you that. You don't know what it is. And all the demonstrations I've seen in your demonstrations, the majority of your screens sit on floors. You don't know what ambient light is. You don't. The fact that you took a screen and you set it next to a window is nothing. As I said before, I could drop a 150-inch in the window and put the projector on the opposite side and push right through. That's an expert in ambient light projection technology. True expert in ambient light projection technology can absorb sunlight. You can't do that. We do that. That makes us, our company, the #1 in ambient light projection technology, because as of right now, there is no company that can absorb sunlight except for us. So, with that being said, the sun would be the most advanced when it comes to basically the most dangerous form of light to hit a screen would be sunlight, right? All right, then we conquered that already with AdTech. And once AdTech is ready to go, AdTech will have its own lineup and projection screen setups. Oh, AdTech is only just for Windows. AdTech's going to be engineered for all types of things. We got big plans for AdTech. AdTech will be able to fire up in anywhere it wants to fire up at the end of the day. Imagine 12 o'clock outside watching the game on your patio. There you go. AdTech is not for, or TV Tech, AdTech, we call it AdTech, we have to call TV Tech along with it. It's not designed for your projection screen competition. It's not designed for certified screen competition because these screens can't absorb sunlight. The only thing AdTech can find that basically it can challenge at the end of the day, or we can't really call it a challenge, but at the end of the day, we can say in our category is TV technology. That's it. And the AdTech screens, they're glass. They're not plastic. The only one that actually is fiberglass is actually AdTech, and it because it's portable. But the actual screens we're making under the TV Tech technology, that's glass. And tempered glass, all that good stuff. So you said right here, projection screen, that's what you're saying in the day. Projector screen's best friend. No, I doubt that, buddy boy. Let me explain to you and show you how we do it over here. So we do it outside, of course. Yeah, we do it outside at 1,000 lumens. That's easy, McCheesy right there. And I could bounce it off a ceiling. I could show outer space, 100% contrast level with the lights on. When you achieve stuff like this, then you can consider yourself to be an expert in ambient light projection technology. So the very same light that will plague and wash a screen out in a hot second, we can show a galaxy off of it. And the projector we have sitting on the floor is about 2,600 lumens. I think it's an old BenQ projector. And my ceilings in that house were roughly around 8.5 feet tall. Do you see the light around the screen doesn't even cause anything? It cancels out. It can't go anywhere. It cancels out. So anytime when people talk about ambient light projection or ultra short throw, we show them the Ultima GT55 outside. We show them the Star Wars screen. We show the screen reflecting off. And they really keep talking trash. We show them the AdTech absorbing sunlight. And that's the end of the conversation. No more. If you're going to say at the end of the day that you're an expert in the field of ambient light projection technology, then you have to be able to do stuff like this. This is what you call being able to have a screen absorb light at the end of the day. This is what ambient light projection technology is supposed to look like. And for the customers, that's what you should be expecting. Mind you, all these projectors we're using in these demonstrations are cheap. We don't spend any money for them projectors. That was $10. We don't spend any money for projectors. That's the whole purpose of our technology. Why are you going on spending all this money for these expensive machines at the end of the day to try to get them to work? And they don't even work correctly because you're on the wrong screen. You didn't have to spend all that money to begin with. That's the whole purpose. And these guys come out here with these expensive machines and go, oh, look, blah, blah, blah. And they can't even do what we do. Got to be to back it up. Where are we at on this right here? Is this test? No, reversing test. Go back over in demos. Demos. Once my other buddy comes on board, he's a programmer. He's going to be building a giant showcase page, all our ambient light rejection demonstrators. It's going to be a big job for him. It's going to show basically all the things we've done in ambient light. So we have a category book of projector mapping and hologram technology. So you can go through this site and you can pick out what category you want on everything we designed and built and we're putting together. All kinds of crazy stuff is going to be on that site. It's just designed to be one big, giant, massive business card. When people sit there and say, well, 11,000 videos of tests, you would just no, we were doing it because we were curious. I can do 10 videos in a day of testing. 1 minute I'm on this, we're working on that technology. We got gaming technology over there. We got the floor technology sitting over there. And then pretty soon I'm going to be building this giant wraparound screen over here that's going to look like a window. We got so much stuff we're working on that's why we have so many videos. I just got finished shooting a video and then we're building the PCs on top of that. And this is what this is being designed for. This is a screen that's being tested for, and this is actually the new paint we have, the Infinity Onyx, not Infinity Onyx. Sorry, wrong choice of words. Infinity. I can't think of the name. We mixed up. Invisible Infinity. Infinity 1. This is a spray-on technology, multi-layer application technology we're working on. It works with projector mapping, submersible, all that good stuff. Golf simulators, all that crazy stuff, everything. That's what we're working on. So yeah, a lot of freaking work. So your website should be bigger than that. You should have tons of videos on it. Tons and tons of videos on it. Your rear projection, there should be so much information on the rear projection, it's not even funny. It's right here, 1,000 lumen demonstration. Fully lit environment. And for them at the end of the day, because they get mad at me and go, oh, you didn't know what he's talking about. Look, man, at the end of the day, look, you can run your mouth all you want. I got matching betters out there. Get it done. That's it. That's why we put them out there. It cuts down on a lot of the all day we hear from them. Simple and plain. Matching betters are out there. Get to work. If it's so easy and we're fakes at the end of the day and everything we do is not real, this is not real, guess what? These are matcher betters. Get out there and get to work. Roll up them sleeves, go buy a bunch of projectors, get in a bunch of environments, all that other stuff. Now, mind you, the ones involving on-site, you're going to have to be on site to do those demonstrations. I don't care where you go at the end of the day, you're going to have to be on site. Don't do that in your home. Because in home and on site, it's two different reasons, two different areas. Commercial and on site is two different reasons, two different areas. So any demonstrations for the new matching betters are on site, you're going to have to be on site also. And we know you can't go out there because your stuff doesn't work. It only works in your comfortable, set environment. You see how we don't give our screens any mercy when we do our demonstrations? We don't do any ambient light controlled and all that nonsense in there. No, the same abuse that they have to go through on there, they'll have to go through on site. That's why I'm able to fire up that screen over there in a fully lit environment and show demonstrations off of it, because our screens are used to basically not being in controlled environments. If you stick your screen in that controlled environment, what's going to happen is when you come out to a commercial environment, you're going to have problems. That's why I warn people that if you're making screen paints, don't do that. It's a bad mistake to make, man. Extremely bad mistake to make. Don't want to do that. These are all 1,000 lumen demonstrations, all of these. We got more of them, a lot more than that, but that's what I could fit on the site. You see my screen right there? In a bay of windows, pulling up an outer space display, and at the same time picking up a white level right directly in the window with a light contact to it. When you make a statement, Mr. Rogers, about how you are an expert in ambient light rejection, you cannot prove this to me. This is what I do. This is my technology. This is what it does. See that light striking the screen? See how high the screen hits up on the floor? See? See how it sits right in the line of the door? So customers, anyone talking about ambient rejection, and they're saying they're experts in the field, this is what you should be seeing. And the projectors in this environment were cheap. This projector right here is sitting 18 feet back. It's way over here. It's basically using a 600 by 800 720p SVGA projector. It's a ViewSonic. As a matter of fact, we had a contest, well, not a contest, we had a challenge. You had to swap out your projector for 1 year, and the only thing you can use was 600 by 800 720p. We completed it. The other person couldn't do it. Of course he couldn't do it. Keep you in the dark all day long. More test demonstrations, more demonstrations outside, inside, whole 9 yards. Floor demonstrations. You have to be the projectile floors. Oh, we got this demonstration on a Casio laser projector at 2600 lumens. It sat 11 feet on the side of the deck, and the screen was laying flat to the ground so light can pass over top of it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to make it a challenge. Table display technology. Keep in mind, if you're doing table display technology, you have to be in fully lit environments because you're on a table. And again, see that big projector right there, the ultra short throws? These are nice and all if you're doing some video games and stuff, but it's not good in a restaurant. That's a big projector. It blows a lot of heat, makes a lot of noise. You don't want that in there. You have to have one of these because they're small, they're tiny. You can connect them up. Some of them are battery charged. Pretty nice to have. We actually did that in the garage. We did a whole entire table display at a cardboard table at that, using that 50 lumen projector. We can use the 50 lumen projector outside. Table technology right there. Ah, here's another massive grid. This is a grid on what? Ambient light rejection demonstrations. Yeah, we actually attached extra lights to the screen so we can absorb more light. And you guys are sitting there running from light. Look at this. Your gray screen paint, Mr. Fernando? Yeah, it's on our site. We crushed it multiple times. This is your product right here being destroyed. We beat you on 2 different projectors at the same time. You wouldn't pick up on a 1080p projector, and you wouldn't pick up on a 720p projector. You failed in all attempts. So we tried to basically show some proof that your paint would work, but it didn't do well. It failed miserably. White surface versus our screen. Mr. Fernando made multiple claims that our products came out so dark they were unwatchable. Fernando, this is going to cost you millions of dollars. It's a very serious claim you basically made against my company. So again, yeah, we'll see you in court. Customers, you don't know, I'm bringing these people to court for basically making false accusations about my business. Paint down demonstrations. You have to show these. These basically show, I told you, all demonstrations, customers, if you're watching, if they edit the drying time, this is bad because anything could happen in drying time. Anything can go wrong. So you have to be to see the screen being painted and dried and displayed. 250-inch screen, table display, another 250-inch screen, wall demonstration, motorized projection screens, more motorized projection screens, dozens of motorized projection screens, and tension projection screens. Done those too. Next slideshow. These are the wild, crazy demonstrations. This is actually a paint down demonstration I did live in a customer's home. Yep, live in their home, painted the screen in. Pretty cool, eh? Rear projection technology, multi-screen setup. Very important to me to do those. No more 1,000 demonstrations versus 720p, and we're going to be adding more demonstrations here. Oh, we got more demonstrations. Go here. We're going to be adding more to that one right there. This is 4K versus 720p. This is when I went out and bought the PX747 ViewSonic projector, put it side by side to a 720p projector, and you can't tell one from the other. And from that day on, I sat there and said, not buying 4K anymore. I'm done. Yeah, because I spent a lot of money for that projector. I spent about $1,500 for that projector, and the 720p cost me $150. So you're sitting there looking at this going, yeah, yep. Did it multiple demonstrations. And if you notice, gentlemen, you see where my light's hitting my screen? See how it's directly in contact with the screen? The light's not way over here somewhere making claims that it's making contact with the screen. Oh, I hate those demonstrations. People with condensed lighting, please stop doing that. It's embarrassing. They'll have the lighting way over here and go, look, the light is making contact with the screen. No, it's not making contact with the screen. You physically have to have the light hitting the screen in order to show that it's hitting the screen. You understand what I'm talking about here? I'm not talking about customers. You're good. I'm talking about the people who do these dumb demonstrations where you got the condensed light and way up here in the center. And then they got this lip area like this, which I love this guy who did this house because he has the lights under where the lip is at. I saw that. I was like, oh, yes. It is fantastic. I fell in love with that. Now, if you had the lights up here, I'm like, oh, shoot. I don't have to go out and have to get lights installed underneath here now so I can get lights to hit the screen. No, they put the lights. And mind you, he built that room. So he built that room. You could have easily put lights there. No, you didn't put lights there. You put them way over here. And you got a nerve to take the camera and point up? Really? What are you pointing up for? It's not making contact with your screen, especially when it's sitting on the floor, Mr. Rogers. You understand that? You understand? You get that? Your lights are way over here. Your lights are supposed to be on top of your screen. See that? That's where your light's supposed to hit. Right directly on the screen. Not way over here. Because I see people do that. Not only just him, not just him. I've watched other demonstrations and I've seen people do those demonstrations where the lights are way over here. And they go, oh, look at the lights all up in the ceiling. That's not making contact. I swear, I'm going to make me a room for people to put their screens in for testing and call it the blind spot. Walk up in there. Oh, you might want to wear sunglasses in this room. It's get pretty bright in there. Yeah, the tele test check, this stuff is really working. Put a live stream in there so everybody can see it. How many people you think will walk in there and put a screen in there? I bet you nobody will walk in there. We'll walk in there with no problem, but I bet you they won't go in there. Yeah, it's no ambient light control in those environments. They're designed to basically destroy your screen. I think I'm going to do that. I think I should do that. We can order screens from other people, have them come in, set them up in the room, light it up in there, and see if this stuff really works. And keep it up, and man, if I get an even crazier idea, I might stick you in a greenhouse. And that's even worse, because AdTech can survive in a greenhouse with no problem. Oh my goodness, that ain't a bad idea. That's an excellent idea, a showroom for AdTech. We're going to stick it in a greenhouse, surrounded in windows. Oh, man. I got to track down a greenhouse. Somebody's got one for rent. I'm going to find one. That's a perfect video demonstration for AdTech. Stick that sucker in a greenhouse. Oh, we can do a huge, massive, like projector display where I can put a projector on one side going one way and one going the other way in a greenhouse. I'm done with this. I got to go look at something for a minute. Greenhouse for rent. I got research to do. That is the best idea right there to advertise AdTech in a greenhouse. What better way? I mean, the screen can absorb sunlight anyway. Who cares? We can stick it in one of these with no problem. But this is the ultimate demonstration right here. Surrounded by windows all the way around it. I think I'm going to do like a 235.1 screen, and that way we can have a projector on one side and a projector on the other side. You know what I mean? That way you can see front and rear. You're going to see it from here, 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 back and forth. And I got to get one of those cameras that move around in a circle. I need one of those because I want the recording. Oh, we definitely got to bring a drone in there. I got a friend of mine can fly a drone through a drain pipe. He's really good. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool to have the drone come in, curse fly around the whole entire, and they fly through and you can see the screen. Oh, that'd be sick. He can do that too. He's really good at that stuff. So, yeah. That'd be interesting. And it should be a match or challenge demonstration. It is definitely going to be a challenge to everybody. We're going to stick this screen in a greenhouse. Shouldn't be hard to find one of these things. I mean, since we got the Delta 1300s, we can basically charge up anything we want. We don't need to plug in the power. We can bring power. That is a fantastic idea. Projection screen demonstration in greenhouses. See, this is the reason why I need to get land at the end of the day, because I need to build stuff like this to have fun with. This would be hot. That's crazy. That'd be insane. I would love to have something like that. Man, no walls in the way, no doors, nothing. That's why I like testing outside. It's one of the things I enjoy about testing outside is the fact that there's nothing out there. There's no walls. There's nothing. Just you and the screen. That's it. When you got people that are ducking screens behind walls and pulling curtains up near the windows so you can block some of the light coming through, you can see all that. You know that, right? Stop doing those demonstrations. I mean, we can see it. We clearly can see it. But a greenhouse, Oh man, yeah, I would definitely challenge your screen and stick you in a greenhouse and see if you survive next to ad tech. Heck, if we want, we can actually get a greenhouse and paint all the windows with ad tech and turn the greenhouse into one big giant screen. Oh, tell me that's not sick. That's freaking sick. That's crazy. Now, how will we run a projector to do all that? We can put a projector on the drone. Can we do that? See, I gotta contact my buddy. Can we put a projector on the drone and have the drone fly around and just push images to the screen anywhere it lands at? That'd be crazy, man. But then you need another drone to record with that drone. We'll get around to brains racing at 100 miles an hour, but that would be insane. But first, the greenhouse. We definitely have to do one in a greenhouse. That is the best place to put ad tech at. Let me see. This is being turned into an information site pretty soon. We don't have anything. We don't sell anything on this site. It's all being turned for information. Customer videos, all that stuff is going to be on here. Meanwhile, to you, the ones that say we're expert in ambient light, yeah, this is my customer outside. So that demonstration you do with your screen sitting on the floor, yeah. Matter of fact, this is a demonstration that Jamie did in his in a dark environment on an expensive projector. And he did this at 720p outside. And my customers do the same thing we do. But you guys see it all the time. Let's go find the grid. The monster grid. Look at this. See these demonstrations? All 720p projectors. This is what customers you should be expecting. You should be expecting beautiful images, fully lit environments, not in the dark. So at least you can find your coffee table. This is called the massive grid. It's huge. We're actually about to upgrade it today. I'm going to be adding more videos to this to make it even bigger. But yeah, this is a massive grid. So anytime we get somebody on a forum site talking about, well, you know, my ultra short throw projector, this is when we're dealing with companies. My ultra short throw projector can pull up in a fully lit environment. You know what I mean? It has the best screen that can pull up in a fully lit environment. Oh, that sounds interesting. So, you know, you're saying that your ultra short throw set up like it's better than anyone? Yeah, it's better than anyone out there on the market. And you can pull up with an ultra short throw, yeah, just like like you have all your lights on. Oh, good, all the lights on, right? That sounds pretty interesting. Then we send them this. And then shut it down. It's an Optima GT 5500 outside ultra short throw. Screen size is around 140 inches. This projector is only designed to do 100 inches only. So not only do we have a projector outside in an environment with tons of light hitting this thing, but we have it at an abnormal size that it's not designed to do. And yet it's having no problem whatsoever. But that's crazy, Mr. Bud. How is that possible? That makes me you must be good at ambient light projection technology. I don't even know about that. I mean, maybe I'm good at ambient light projection technology. I'm not even sure of that. So, you know, when you look at this stuff, right? What you're seeing here is you're seeing technology that's engineered by God. Naysayers don't want to hear that because it makes them upset and angry. But it is. All my technology comes from God. That's what you're challenging at the end of the day. Any one of these demonstrations, well, this is also a match and better challenge. I forgot we did this one, the two, right? Yep. So this is a projection screen outside that cost me somewhere roughly around $60. The projector inside cost me $120. Coated with our technology, this thing can knock out any certified I want. I can go outside 12 o'clock in the afternoon and I can watch a movie. And the projector's not outside, it's inside. So it's shooting through a glass window and coming out the other end, stretching across the porch, nailing the screen and popping on. Crystal clear. So that means my customers don't spend a lot of money at the end of the day. Oh, and by the way, that projector's like 720p. Is your stuff weatherproof? Let's see if it's weatherproof. Outside in the snow. You know why I like the snow demonstrations so much? The snow demonstrations I like so much because snow gives off so much light. You know, you walk outside in snow, you gotta wear sunglasses because you can barely see. They give off so much light. I can imagine how much light was hitting this screen. This was a fun demonstration. I'm going to be doing another one out in the snow. And I figure while I'm out there in the snow on a black screen, let's do a demonstration of snow on a black screen while we're in the snow. Mr. Fernando, when you made statements and you did videos claiming that to be my product and said that my products came up so dark and unwatchable, each one of those demonstrations you're getting sued for. So you know that. Not just one, each one you get a lawsuit for. Remember, you made the statement. Product didn't work, Mr. Fernando. It wouldn't work anywhere at all. And if you're saying at the end of the day that I have special camera equipment, guess what? You made a statement that I was using special equipment on my phone. I'm suing you for that too. Anything you said in the video, we're going to pick it apart piece by piece, and we're going to sue you for each part of those videos of what you said about my company, that you made false accusations that I'm using special camera equipment, I'm using special editing equipment, all that stuff. You can't back that up, lawsuit. So like I said, there's no way in the world you could pay me. It's virtually impossible. You don't have that kind of money. Snow level. This is dual 150-inch screen. So one of these screens is 720p and the other one's a 1080p.
Right here. Go up on the screen. No problem.
This is one of the things I'm asked when I have it in my you see where I have my whatchamacallit in my specifications, 180-degree viewing angle. You have to be to show these.
But I'll be over on Facebook pretty soon.
Now I know you're in the room, Mr. Fernando, and I know you can hear me crystal clear. Let me give you a little message real quick while you're in here. Don't leave. You touch my copyrights, right? All right, then. You already know what's about to happen to you. So when that process server hits your apartment, I will make sure the first one that hits gets your landlord information too, because I will have a contact with your landlord. Because if I find out that involving these copyright infringements, that you were touching my copyrights without permission, and you knew this was going on, I will be filing a class action lawsuit against your landlord. Chances are he's going to deny it. And chances are you're definitely getting an eviction. So you understand what's going to happen when the first server hits your door. So again, I'm going to be suing you for copyright infringements first. And yes, we're going to federal court. And yes, this does involve extensive jail time. So you know. Because I know you're in the room. Just so you know. Now, as for the other ones who committed these crimes also too, with the letters and all that stuff, you have not been forgotten. You will be taken care of. Once we get him taken care of, and you'll see exactly what he'll go through, you're going to go through the same process. Probably not as worse as him because he did a lot of dumb stuff, but you're going to go through some stuff. If you feel that you haven't done anything wrong, then you just go to a lawyer. Have a lawyer contact me. 800 numbers right there. Have an 800 lawyer contact me and say, hey, look, I went in and touched this guy's copyrights without his permission. I basically slandered them. I put scammer on them. I used them any way I wanted to. Can I go to court? Can you sue me for this? And the lawyer's going to tell you, yes, he can. He can sue you, and he can also receive jail time for it. He's going to tell you, depending on how many times you touched him. So he already knows this already. He's quite aware of what's going to happen. Now, you tell me what attorney's going to tell you that that's not true, and yeah, I can get that attorney barred, because at the end of the day, that's common law. You're going to get sued. That's what's going to happen. Look at that. Look how amazing that angle is. Man, I can see from here to here. What time we got? We got to get out of here. We got to go. All right. So that's pretty much it right there. It's a bit of a lesson for both sides. People, if you're going to be making screen paint products, it's a fantastic field to get into. But don't do dumb stuff that's going to get you sued in the process. Don't touch people's copyrights. Don't make false accusations about people's products and stuff like that. And also back your products up 100% because you do not want to get caught with consumer fraud or any of that stuff at the end of the day. As for customers, you need to ask for a batch number verification. Make sure all products are tested before they're sold. Make sure all products are sold before they're shipped out. This is very important because, again, you don't want to end up getting ripped off and getting a quart of paint that's going to be $90, $100, and then turn around, it matches something in your living room or your daughter's great jacket, or you can match it as something at a store. You keep in mind that, you know, when these products are matching house paint, consider the fact that all the people who purchase this product, what they're going through right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of them have already brought up lawsuits against this guy. I really would not be surprised on that. Because it is fraud at the end of the day. You have to test your stuff. You can't go make false accusations. And he even went on YouTube and brought back a video that he removed off his page. First he got caught with it. He removed it. Because I asked him to, if you're not ashamed of the video, if you can back the video 100%, post the video to your website so everybody can see it. That way people can do a comparison. But he won't post it to his website. We post our Black versus Black demonstrations. We got no problem with doing that. But he won't post that video. And the reason why he won't post it, because he knows if the customer sees it, they're not going to buy his paint. He knows that. That's why he won't post it. That's why he won't see it on his website. And again, he went and he deleted the video. When we had requested multiple times, he deleted the video, of course, and we got it on recording, him getting rid of the video. There were two of these videos, one with him with the red hoodie. He won't bring that one back ever again. But the other one, he did bring it back. And he changed the title of it and changed it to has a yellowish tone, where he's trying to convince customers that a video he got accused of and he got rid of, that he brought it back, and now he's changing it out to saying, hey, it has a yellowish tone, still buy my product. Yeah, that's a scam artist right there. Now, Jamie, if you feel at the end of the day that you're going to sue me for calling you a scammer, well, you back up in court that your product does everything that we claim it does. When we claim it doesn't work, at the end of the day, it matches house paint, and you've just been ripping customers off left and right. You back it up. Take me to court on it. I've been asking you to do this in what, last year? Nothing, because you can't take me to court on this because you know darn well your stuff matches house paint. And you know that you've been lying to your customers and using high-power projectors, a lot of smoke and mirrors to try to make your products look like something that they're not. And that's the reason why he's going to court for those things. There's other things he's going to court for too. But also, too, there's other problems he has because his company is not in good standing because he has perjury laying against him because he lied on an LLC and put false information on that too. And that's going to come up because that's also a government issue. That's something involved. That's a federal issue right there. So that's going to pop up too also. So your company's not even in good standing. So it's a bit of a mess. He's gotten himself. It's worse. It's worse a mess for him than the rest of them because he put the LLC on his landlord's building. You know, it's interesting. He tried to get me evicted by out of the apartment by making false statements and contacting him saying that my LLC was tied to their building, and it wasn't. I had documents on all my stuff. You know that, Mr. Fernando. All my stuff is documented. So I can show a document that my LLCs don't even show. You can even look up my LLC, the Pennsylvania LLC search, company search, and it doesn't come up under anybody's name. It's actually tied to my website because that's where it's supposed to be at. But what you did, you tied yours to your landlord's property. So when the process server does come through, and we do contact the landlord because I do need to know, did he know that this activity was going on? You're in his building. Did he know that these criminal activities were going on with committing crimes against my company's copyrights? And again, if we found out that he knew about this, he's getting sued on this. So what's going to happen is he's going to enforce his rules and regulations, and he's going to terminate your lease. He's going to tell you you're going to have to go. But he's also going to request you to remove it off his property. And if he has to get an attorney on you to tell you that I need you to remove the LLC off my building because you have a lawsuit involving copyright infringements and a whole lot of other stuff involving that building now, and he wants you separated from him as far as possible. So you can't remove it. You can't remove it because you're missing documents. And if you had the documents, your stuff would have been resolved by now. In order to resolve the documents, you're going to have to tell the truth about your LLC, and you can't do that because you committed perjury. You're stuck. Yep. Yep. Sooner or later, you can't hide from it. It's going to come to head either way. Either the process server, we get involved. When the process server gets involved, of course, we have to reach out to the landlord. The landlord's going to contact you and want it off this building. You're going to tell him he can't remove it. He's going to get an attorney involved in this because he needs office building. He doesn't want it there because now every time someone searches, dude, his building's going to pop up now. Yeah, you got a problem on your hands. And sooner or later, they're going to get tired of sending out that request, and they're going to want that paperwork. And again, like I said, people, I don't like to say things without being truthful, because you shouldn't do that. I had to look it up. I was wondering what it was. Like, what the heck is a statement due date? We don't have those over here. We don't get statement due dates. California gets them. They get them. So basically, for anybody who wants to know, you just go into search for basically California LLC, and you go to California State Secretary of State. This is where you find it at. You can go to Pennsylvania. You can find mine. Mine's over there too. In Pennsylvania, anybody in their state, you can find their LLC. If their LLC is really registered, they really have one. It'll show it's registered. We'll go put in what he has in for his company. That'll be Crow. Now, gentlemen, I know you get rowdy over this and you think at the end of the day that I'm doing this because I have hatred towards you. I don't have any hatred toward you. You attacked my company. That's what you did. And I went through the proper guidelines of bringing you to court and suing you, because that's what you're supposed to do. Someone attacks your company, someone attacks your credibility, you take them to court, you sue them, and we go before a judge. But you feel like I'm doing this out of anger. No, I'm not doing this out of anger. If I was doing this out of anger, we would never be in a courtroom. I know people. At the end of the day, I'm very well connected. Just put this in a nicer way of putting it, okay? I know some very interesting people. So I could take it that way, but I'm not that person anymore. That person died a long time ago when I became a Christian. I'm a changed person now. So how I handle things is I put it in God's hands. I ask him what to do. And the Lord said, go forth, which I'm doing. And I went to the courtroom and I went to down to city records and whatever I had to do. And I filed out for lawsuits and I filed out for you in the court. That's what I did. So I handled it the way it should be handled. Now, the reason why you felt in the day that you said, well, you're getting Karen on me. You're getting upset and angry. You did it. That's like you smashing into someone's car and killing the driver, and you're mad because they're suing you. That's how you're acting. You did it. So just be a man about it. Just face up to it, okay? Stop crying about it. It's very unbecoming. Let's see. Pros, I sat there and got myself in some trouble when I was young, and not once did I go into that courtroom and cry about it. I didn't say, oh, it's everybody's fault. It's society's fault. It's their fault because, I'm a black man. No, I didn't say any of that. I did it. I went out and I did something really stupid. And the only way I'm going to be able to fix this is I got to pay the price. That's it. Regardless of what the price has got to be, I got to pay it. I didn't cry about it. That's one thing I'm happy about. That I didn't cry. Some people want to blame society. They want to blame the upbringing and how they were. No. I know the difference between right and wrong. And I chose wrong. So this is why I had to face up to what's going to happen to me. Whatever happens to me, it is what it is. Got to learn to be a man about things in life. Stop crying about it. You do something wrong, you got to face up to it. I got 2 attempts to run, and I didn't do it. Got to be a man about it. So I hurt some people, and in the long run, I had to pay for it. It's only right. It's only fitting. These people got hurt by my actions. They need justice. So I got to serve the time. I got to serve to give them their justice so they can get their happiness. So no one got killed. Just did something stupid. That's all. But long run, yeah, I had to go through what I had to go through because it was only fitting. So you did stuff to me that you shouldn't have done. You know it was wrong. So now you have to go serve that. You have to go through it to go through. It's all to it. It's simple. That's all. Pro Cinemax Mix. I'll see. So it's not done out of hatred. It's doing things right by the book. Because, for Jamie on his half, he's got some people on my side of the family that he triggered off. And they don't believe in the same thing I believe in. They don't carry crosses at the end of the day. They're a different type. But the only reason why they haven't crossed that line because of me. Because I begged them, look, I need this. I need to get this guy into a courtroom. I need this closure at the end of the day for what this guy did to me. They're backing down on that. After that's done, you can talk to him. That's your problem. I got nothing to do with that. Missing file. Statement due date is not there. Very important file that's needed. The reason why he can't bring this up because he lied. He lied on how old his company was. Can't do that. That's a very serious charge, and it's considered to be perjury. So what's going to happen is, later they're going to contact a lawyer from LegalZoom who was involved in this, and they're going to question him about you, your paperwork, and everything else from there. He's going to find out that you committed perjury, and his name is signed to a document. Now, is he going to get in trouble? No, he don't get in trouble. But he may have to take actions against you to try to clear his name out of this mess or something, and basically show, or just go to court and say, look, I don't even know. Basically, all I did was just sign to the best of his ability. He said he told me the truth 100%, and he signed it. You signed the document. That's why he got the LLC not for the fact that he wanted to show that he had a business. He got the LLC to show at the end of the day, I got one just like you. But see, the reason why I got an LLC because I needed it for my company. I need the LLC, I need the DBA, I need the license, the EIN. I need all that stuff to get office space and to get warehouse space because they require all that stuff from the door. Get a banking account, all that stuff needed for business. I didn't do that and get an LLC to show to you guys in the day. Who cares what you guys think at the end of the day? I couldn't care less. It was basically to establish my company. But you guys did it, or he did it, basically to show it up to me, but you didn't read through those documents correctly because you put your address down. You can't get mad at anybody saying that they what do you call it? They dox your address because no one doxed your address. You put it there yourself. And then you got a document mess in there that you're going to have to go through. I'm curious. I looked it up. And I even called California State, where the office down there. I called her Secretary of State. I called down there because I was curious what this thing is at the end of the day. And they told me what it was. So it's a document he needs to have. He can't do it because there's a problem there. Because he lied on those documents. That's interesting. But anyway, I got things to do. I got to finish this. I got a part coming today. Hopefully we get our parts so we can finish our computer. Cyberpunk clock screensaver. And I figured out something really interesting with my projector, so I'm going to be designing me a projector lens. That's going to be working on next. Building a new projector lens. It's for something cool I'm going to design. It has nothing to do with projecting. It's something to do with, well, I can't even tell you what it has to do with. We're going to be designing a lens. But this is going to be on the opposite side of my new PC I'm building. Now, if you're wondering why we got this big splot here, it's a reason why it's there. We're not worried about all of this. Okay, there's some more testing to do with that. All right, people, hope you enjoyed our little talk here. And again, like I said, for the individuals, again, this is not over hatred at all. When I take you to court and I sue you, this is not over hatred. This is business at the end of the day. You don't touch copyrights that don't belong to you. You don't take someone's face and splatter it all over YouTube. That's defamation. You're being sued for that. Don't make false accusations. You can't back up because you can get sued for that. That's slander. So, you brought it on yourself, remember. Can't get mad over that, okay? Other than that, for customers, again, make sure. Now, what I just showed you and what you just saw is this is the reason why you request for the testing. It's why you ask for batch number verifications. You want to make sure the product that you're getting is not going to match a house paint. You want to see good demonstrations at the end of the day that you're not going to get ripped off. And demonstrations that are being shown in the dark all the time and being claiming that they have ambient projection is dangerous because, again, you're going to end up in the dark either way. Make sure you get what you paid for. All right, people, I didn't put any of my new customer demonstrations in. Did I put any of my new customer demonstrations on the new site? Nope. I gotta get to that. Demonstrations in front of the customers. I didn't put them in yet. Let me see this for a minute. Where is the buy here happy customers? I think I'm missing some of my customers. There we go. We have our own site. I want to put my new ones in. I've had time to do those. When I sat there and set about 150-inch screen in the window in the afternoon, and the projector used in here, he got 2 of these projectors. That's the owner walking by. He got 2 projectors for $400. That's it. Saving him thousands of dollars. So that's why I'm not trying to be rude when I sit there and say that, you know, they sent me this video of them running around this screen, little 3x3 or 3x4 screen next to the window, like, look, we're just as good as you. No, buddy, you're not even near me at the end of the day. That's a 150-inch screen sitting in a window at a commercial property. That's what I do. We're not in the same book. That's why basically, I don't know if he discontinued the paint or he pulled it, but he can't sell that stuff. He can't sell any of the stuff he has in there because the gain's not real. It doesn't do rear projection. And do you have any idea what happens if you damage a surface involving rear projection? That's an expensive surface. Yeah, acoustic screens, they have front and rear capabilities. You're talking about dealing with plexiglass, door windows, stuff like that. You cause a lot of damage if your stuff isn't tested correctly. So that's why when they sent me that video, them all running around the chair, talking about, oh yeah, look, we got the same thing. Our product's better than yours. I'm like, that's it? Really? Are you kidding me? My customers are outside. You show me a video of a screen inside? That's my customer. Jeez, that's why I said when they send me stuff like that, I just go, whew. Outside. That's why I find it. That's why I sit there and, you know, it's just, you can take it like it's funny. Just watching them all run around talking about, oh, we got a product, be warned, he's coming, Partay's coming, this product. Please, are you kidding me? I've seen this stuff. It's not worth anyone's time at the end of the day. And again, as I said before, you better prove that stuff works because we're coming. We're taking you to court. You better make sure that range gain, whatever that mess is at the end of the day, works. And on top of that, those chemicals you're using, you better show proof that you got some kind of documentation, whatever, for making a chemical that's not over the counter, which you have stated in your website multiple times. That's me on site, ultra short throw projector, commercial property, same thing we do over here. Showing white levels, all that good stuff. Remember, Fernando, remember what you said? You said that my product was so dark that it was unwatchable. Remember you said that? I got you in over 100 videos making that statement. You owe me millions of dollars. You know, you literally owe me millions of dollars. So if that was the case, how's this working? Oh, we're using special camera equipment and all that stuff. Well, the funny thing about that, Mr. Fernando, that this is commercial, and that means that there are other people walking in this environment besides me, which means that this right here at the end of the day would have a hard time trying to convince the YouTube audience when we have everybody walking around and looking at this screen. That'd be virtually impossible. Unless I got mind controlling capabilities, and I don't have that. So that means that screen is pulling up the way it's supposed to, and it means in your apartment, you did videos to make my product look like it didn't work. And because of that, you owe me millions of dollars. And I understand he's going to say, I don't have it. It's not about you not having it. It's about burying you in tons of debt. So I don't know which is going to be worse. You committed fraud against my business, and that carries jail time. So that's why I have a right to ask a judge for no less than 50 years. Because you can show years and years of you going in, and till this day now, doing demonstrations about my product, saying that it comes up so dark and that we're scammers and this, that, and even writing scammer against my copyrights. Oh, yes. So when we sue you for the copyrights, when we bring you into court for the other criminal charges, we will be bringing the copyright charges with us, showing us, look, we had to take him to court because not only was he doing faulty demonstrations about my products and saying my products were nothing but black paint and they didn't work. But he was basically putting scammer across my official copyrights. Tell me that's not going to sound good in court, because it's not. So we want to keep me satisfied and happy at least 50 years. It's not going to be hard to get. On top of it, with the post office fraud charges and perjury and everything on top of it, yeah, it's going to be a mess. I tell people about this and they just jaw drop. They were like, so he didn't know when to quit? Like, he apparently did not know when to quit. Like, we just kept going. And even worse, we can show the judge, we sent out a cease and desist order telling him to back down. He wouldn't do it, just kept on going. The judge is going to sit there and say to you, Mr. Fernando, he sent you a letter. Why did you just stop? What are you going to say? I hope you're truthful with the lawyer. I hope you are. You got to tell him the whole truth. You got to tell him everything. Everything you did. Everything. And I'm going to tell you what he's going to tell you. He's going to tell you right from the door, now you're going to jail. And you're definitely getting sued. The thing what it's going to happen is they're going to try to lighten how much jail time you get and how much we can take out of you. That's where it's going to come down to. But you're going to go to jail. You're definitely going to jail. And if you think I'm joking, go talk to an attorney. Talk to anybody. My copyrights alone are going to send you to jail. We even got messages from you telling me that my copyrights weren't real, that you can do whatever you want to do. Right to me. So you go talk to a lawyer and have him contact me today. And I want to hear this lawyer say out of his mouth that you had the rights to go in and touch government copyrights, do whatever you want to do with them, and then basically you're not going to suffer any consequences for it. Go, give me a lawyer that says that right now. I look forward to hearing that. And by the way, if you get somebody, you feel some random stranger, that can get you in a lot of trouble too. Because we'll have to find out the law firm and everything. And if that's not legit, Mr. Fernando, this is more trouble you get yourself into. I got to stop asking him to do stuff, because he just does dumb stuff at the end of the day. All right, I got things to do. I got people to go see, and I got things to work on. I think we're done with this right here. But we have to tell him this stuff, because he thinks of some of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah, and this is the reason why, to the customers, you see the nonsense and why we have to take this guy to court and sue him for the dumb stuff. There you go. That's the reason why. I wouldn't trust this guy with the credit card, any of my information. Oh, I forgot about the doxing. He's also being sued for doxing, because we literally have him doxing multiple public addresses on his own website. Yeah, he's being sued for that too. There's just so much stuff. It's unbelievable. Oh, I like this demonstration right here. All right, I got a couple more orders to process. I want to get working on this screen right here. Boom! This technology right here. But first, I want to build this, and I got parts coming in today. So I got to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless. And like I said, take your time. Hey, at the end of the day, call us. Ask us questions. That's why we have an 800 number for you to reach us. Do they have an 800 number? No, they do not. We have an 800 number, so you can reach out to us, contact us, talk to us at the end of the day. We have multiple ways you can reach out to my company at the end of the day. And on top of that, we have a fantastic policy for exchange policy for our customers. And it's so good that other people have copied our exchange policies because they want to be us so badly. You know what I'm talking about. All right, got to go. God bless.